I'm Ahab. That's the Goontick. And we're the Wrestle Ramblers. If you're watching this on our channel, $10 Slimer, this will be the last wrestling video on $10 Slimer. If you're watching this on Wrestle Ramblers, then welcome. Like, share, subscribe. And, hit them notifications. Because we will be rambling about wrestling on this particular channel. If you're interested, the other channel, $10 Slimer, or the one you're on, depending, is pop culture, movies, and just bullshitting around. But here we're talking about wrestling, and we chose an opportune moment to fucking come over to this other channel because this is a momentous event in wrestling history. The first Royal Rumble, all-woman Royal Rumble, I should say, that has ever been. Yep. And, well, that was worth a peep.
Steph will tell us. It's pretty historic.
Oh,
10,000 times in a row.
Fucking shit. I can do it without Stephanie ever fucking on commentary ever again. But we'll get to that. We're going to zip through, really, the other events besides the Rumbles. Because the Rumbles here, both Rumbles. Well, I mean, obviously, it's the Royal Rumble. But they really took the cake here. I mean, there was no leaving these two in dust. Yeah, they were pretty epic. Our first event, we're gonna skip the pre-show too because who gives a fuck? Yep. But our first event on the main show was Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens handicap match against AJ Styles, and AJ retained. Yeah. His title, which is good, which is what should have happened. Let me see my notes here. Anyway, yeah, I mean, you like that? Yeah. I will say that the match was pretty great, but we expect that from these three already. Mm-hmm. And this is probably the best storyline going on SmackDown, maybe even, the entirety of WWE's main brands. So it's good that the tension continues there, but mostly it was done to, keep Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn as heels and AJ still looking as phenomenal as he did. And he was phenomenal the whole fucking match. Anything that stuck out?
It's definitely not an ender match. It's kind of like an in-between match.
Yeah.
But it was all right. I liked it.
Yeah, nothing spectacacular, but it was a good and entertaining start to the match. It was a very solid start to the event.
It was a good start, yeah. No back breaking of Kevin Owens, so he's saving that one for the blow off. Yeah,
and they did play everything smart, with Kevin and Sami tagging in and out, keeping themselves fresh.
Thankfully, it didn't reach a point where it was annoying. Like we've seen that get really old quick, but it was kind of part of the match, so it was okay.
Yeah, yeah, and ultimately AJ comes out looking as phenomenal as he should, and they end up looking as evil as they should, and as kind of big wieners that they are. Yep. So anyway, AJ retains, and that's really all you got to know about this.
Well, there is something else you got to know. They didn't tag at the end, and then they addressed that after the match in the little bit where they.
I was getting to that, but okay.
Cried to what's his name?
Yeah. So yeah, I was getting to that right there. We have a little segment where Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn complain about what happened towards the end of the match.
Barely missed the tag.
Talking about that and that near miss touch, that they kind of focused on towards the end there.
Saying that the ref screwed him over again.
Yeah, again, they're back on their riffing about their merits and their value and their worth, and them being cheated out of everything, which will not only keep them where they're at, they keep their story going, but also kind of feed into the whole Shane and Daniel Bryan tension that's been going on. So that's all good. That's all good for the story. And again, an entertaining start. Next, we had the Usos defending their title against Benjamin and Gable in a 2 out of 3 falls match, tag team match. And I mean, it was all right. It was all right. It
had a weird end.
They have a lot to learn from Mexican style lucha libre 2 out of 3 matches. Because it was kind of like a soda pop that's flat. You're like, well, I mean, it tastes like soda, but it's not great, All
right. It was kind of like a normal tag team match for a while, and then once the first fall happens, it just kind of ends.
Yeah, the everything leading up to the first fall was pretty good. You
Yeah.
know, Gable and Benjamin proved to be, as they have in the previous SmackDowns, to be pretty good at coming up with little tactics and techniques to keep themselves on top. And they really focused on Jimmy Uso's leg, so they kept him kind of, you know, out of touch with Jay.
Yeah.
And but then they used the whole twin confusion thing.
Yeah.
That you know has been kind of a thing in SmackDown to get the Usos used that to kind of get the upper hand, and they end up pinning Gable and getting the first fall, and that was pretty good, man. They chopped down Gable in this assortment of super kicks that looked pretty cool, like something out of a comic book. You know, they brought him down to his knees, so that was good. The first fall was good. It's like all right, and you know, as a standard with these things, you expect the other team to win the second fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but every now and then you get 2 falls in a row, and that's fine. It's just the way they did it was kind of
weird.
Yeah, kind of just like
it was like
a badly spent load.
It was like the second one was barely starting. The second fall was barely starting, and then it was over.
Yeah, it was, and the way it happened, it's fine if it's immediate, because really, if this would have gone on long, it would have been an annoying match.
Yeah.
No matter how good these two teams are, and they are good. It would have been like, all right, man, we need to speed this up. The other falls need to be quicker.
So sudden.
It was just a roll up.
Yeah.
That came out of nowhere, and there was no reason Benjamin shouldn't have been able to kick out of that. There was utterly no reason. So, I mean, it's good that the Usos retained, because this feud needs to go on a little longer. It was just the confusing, like, what?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he kick out of a lame-ass roll-up?
It was weird.
But it was fine, you know. But, yeah, it was definitely a step down from the intro to the event. But who cares? Because the Rumble came up next. The men's Rumble,
in
no
the
less.
third spot, which I was kind of surprised by.
That was surprising. But as it turned out, just overall, it was... I mean, I know they time these things, you know, so it's generally an hour slot.
Yeah.
But it felt like one of the most fast-paced Rumbles I've seen.
Yeah.
It was just so well executed.
We've seen most of the Rumbles.
Yeah.
Some of them are shit.
Some of them drag on. Some of them you're just like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, to see one that was actually kind of exciting was good.
Yeah, and that kind of held on the entire time. So our first 2 entrants were the way over Rusev, which got chants galore, and of course the over as hell Balor. So that was an interesting dynamic to begin with, and nothing really happened between them until, I mean, you know, there was an exchange, but nothing monumental happened. The third entrant was Rhino, which was actually kind of cool. I mean, he got some ECW chants, which I'm sure pissed Vinnie Mac off. But
he's definitely more round than the last I saw him.
It was pretty cool to see him go up against somebody as corpulent as himself, and vice versa with Rusev, you know, so it was kind of cool seeing that. Again, nothing eventful happened until the fourth entrant came out.
Again, like, it seemed like they were playing really loose with these clocks. Like, they were...
It seemed that way,
but... and then suddenly there'd be another...
Yeah, it seemed that way, but really it was how well-paced everything was, you know, which is good. You know, a lot of these Rumbles...
You're like, hurry up.
Yeah, you're focused. You begin to realize that people are just bullshitting on the ropes, but there was stuff happening here, so that was good. The fourth entrant came out, and that was Corbin. Corbin.
I cried a little bit inside.
Yeah, this piece of shit.
He's not good.
He eliminates Rhino.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's
you
okay.
cried about.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. I cried about.
Yeah, you were
well, like, yeah, I mean...
my boy. Just because it was Baron Corbin, though, really.
Yeah, I mean, Baron Corbin eliminating anybody, I'm fucking pissed off. But, yeah, Rhino's got a cool little story going on with Heath Slater, so it would have been nice for him to stay there a little longer for the benefit of that. But, of course, you know, they're trying to push Baron Corbin for some damn reason.
Yeah, I don't understand.
So he eliminates Rhino, I guess. But, it was all made up for when Balor eliminated him.
Instantly. It was like super quick, and then he gets pissed and, you know, destroys people. But...
Yeah, he gets pissed, clears the entire fucking ring out, basically, beats people up left and right, and, you know, he's throwing a fit.
Yep.
And at this point, our fifth entrant, Heath Slater, Rhino's partner.
That's what's funny.
Comes out. And yeah, and this was the kind of like the running gag for a while in the match. And this was a good one. Usually these running gags make us groan and roll our eyes. This was a good one. You know, Heath Slater comes out, and of course, per the storyline with him and Rhino as of recent, you know, he's being thrown into these situations that are way over his head. And he comes out, He's not even down the
Nope.
ramp yet, and he
Literally
gets,
just came out.
yeah, he gets viciously clotheslined by Baron Corbin as he huffs away.
He's just dead in the ground.
Yeah, and from this point on, it's him trying to get into the ring and failing basically, and that was funny, man.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. While he struggles, gasping for air, Elias comes out,
Yep.
which gives him time to do his little, performance.
Mm-hmm.
And he swears that the clock is going to stop for him, but of course it doesn't. And the next entrant comes out, and that's surprisingly Andrade Cien Almas from
Yep.
NXT, the champ. So that was pretty cool,
Yeah.
and it was pretty awesome that they actually let him.
Yeah, he was there for a while.
Yeah, he stayed in there a healthy amount of time, and he did a healthy amount of damage.
Yep.
So that was cool. He didn't look weak at all. He looked like,
Pretty bruised.
yeah. But
We haven't seen that event.
yeah, we haven't
so
seen the NXT one, so
It was pretty cool that this entire event, spoilerific for the one that we missed yesterday. But
unfortunately, yeah.
whatever.
After Cien Almas, Bray Wyatt came out,
Yeah.
and once again, at this point, Heath Slater was almost getting to the
Yeah.
ring, and he just kind of throws him away, which was fucking hilarious. And again, some squabbles, no major eliminations, nothing major really happening. Big E comes out next, which leads to him going to assist.
This was pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Look, I haven't seen SmackDown for a while, so I don't know what the hell this pancake shit is. But I was kind of into it.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious, man. He goes to supposedly help Heath Slater
Yeah.
finally get in the ring, and instead he just shoves pancakes in his face.
Reaches into his little leotard and gets out a perfect stack of pancakes.
That was awesome, man. Yeah, so at number 10, we get Ty Dillinger again, and last year when he came out,
Yeah.
and then how everybody was excited,
Yeah.
and then how they did nothing with him.
They've literally done nothing with him for a whole year.
Yeah, so this year he
doesn't-
comes out,
Yeah.
and everybody's excited,
and then he doesn't.
and then he just gets beats up.
He doesn't.
That's right,
even,
beats up.
He doesn't even make it to the ramp. Like at least that other dude made it to the ramp, pancakes in his face and all.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was horribly uneventful
Yep.
turn for Ty Dillinger again. So we could probably expect another year of him doing nothing.
Yeah.
At this point, Sheamus comes in at number 11, and yeah, he helps Heath Slater get
Yeah,
in.
he does. Yeah, he does.
And
he gets thrown out instantly.
and this immediate, this was a great payoff to the Slater.
It was pretty
fucking
funny.
running gag, man. He helps Slater come in, and Slater takes advantage, and Sheamus is out just like that.
Yep.
It was pretty funny, man. But then, just as Slater thinks, I may be getting up, Bray eliminates him, and rightfully so. I mean, we still need more of that Slater storyline, and nobody's expecting Slater to win.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, Xavier Woods comes out, and that's number 12. Again, we get the general fill some time up, back and forth. Then number 13, fucking shit, bro.
Now I think
you got 30 goddamn spots.
This is a great use of a spot. I think.
Fucking crap.
Said no one ever.
Apollo damned Cruz comes out, man. Yeah. Okay, this is not I'm not trying to cut down the guy. He's an amazing athlete.
But
it's just he's got zero personality. This Titus Worldwide thing.
It's not good.
It's not working out. And
so that was cool.
A waste of a slot.
Yep.
So we didn't give a shit about that happening until 14 came out and kind of made us happy again. And that Shinsuke Nakamura comes out and eliminates Sami Zayn.
After a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I should mention that the reason Sami Zayn in this is because when Ty Dillinger
that's kind of
came
an
out,
important thing.
Yeah. He was really, we said he was beat up.
Yep.
He was beat up by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn took his spot.
Because apparently that's how rules work.
Yeah. Fuck the rules.
Yep.
We got Sami Zayn in this damn thing. So anyway, again, that helped with where Sami and Kevin are as characters right now. So that was good.
It didn't help Ty.
It didn't help Ty, but it did help Sami Zayn's character. But he did get eliminated at that point. So you wonder, was that really
worth killing Ty?
Yeah, worth fucking throwing Ty under the bus for just for that? I mean, we already know the little vignette they had him after their match was enough.
Yeah.
That's sad for Ty.
Yep.
You know, but whatever. I guess it happened.
Ty's my boy, and he's getting raped by creative here.
Then number 15 comes out, Cesaro, the other side of the bar. And, earlier when Sheamus came out, the King called him Cesaro. So
that's
I guess
good.
We'll call him Sheamus instead.
Yep.
After Cesaro came out, we had Kofi Kingston. Now it's like a tradition now to see
got his,
how he's going to...
Creative way to stay in the Rumble.
Yeah.
And that continued.
It was a matter of waiting to see how he was going to avoid getting eliminated and then get eliminated afterwards.
Yep.
But that didn't happen yet. Instead, we got Cesaro eliminating, thankfully, Apollo damned Crews.
It's not good, man.
Shit.
But good that he got out.
Yeah, I mean, that's just 3 people ahead, so that's good. Then Jinder Mahal comes out. Everybody boos in the world.
Yep.
And he eliminates Xavier Woods, and he eliminates Big E.
Which makes people boo even more.
Yeah. So I guess good on the heat, but really it's not good heat.
No.
It's just kind of like, why is
this
happening?
You know this guy you hate? We're going to make you hate him more.
Mm-hmm. Then we had Seth Rollins come out.
Yeah. That was a thing.
There was rumors that Sting was in town.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that Sting would come into
this would have been great, yeah.
Yeah, instead of Apollo fucking Crews or
here's the
Titus.
Thing. I think it was wise to put this one in there because people had built this one up so much that if this had ended this is kind of an aside, but if this had ended the show, it would have been a little bit disappointing because of that. People were expecting Sting and all this crap. But yes, it would have been great if Sting came in and then eliminated Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that would have been great. Instead, we get Seth coming in and eliminating Cesaro, and then he just sticks around for a really long time.
Yeah.
And you just know he's not going to win it. So
it's kind of like,
it's kind of pointless. So yeah, the rumors were rampant that Sting was in town, so it would have been awesome to see him come in. We know the guy can't wrestle anymore because of his injuries, but he could definitely just throw fucking Seth Rollins out there, get eliminated himself. It would have been neat, the fan service.
Yeah.
We didn't get that. Still got Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews in the fucking match. At this point, Jinder attempts to eliminate Kofi. But Kofi lands on top of Xavier.
Yeah, he does.
So technically his feet didn't touch the fucking floor. And then we get Big E coming with some pancakes.
A platter of I don't know where this platter came from.
And so he puts his feet on the fucking pancakes. Yep. And then Xavier and Big E help him catapult into the ring.
That was really cool, yeah, when they catapult him in and he grabs Jinder.
Yeah. And so he takes Jinder out, which is awesome. But then Cien...
as is customary, instantly takes out Kofi.
Immediately takes out Kofi, which is good for Cien. Makes him look strong.
Yeah.
Makes him look capable. And, we still got that cool little Kofi bit, which is neat. Which I'm assuming he's going to be doing forever until he's like in a sex scandal or something.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So, it's eventual, apparently.
Yeah, until he's framed, you mean?
Yeah. Next, we get Broken Matt Hardy. I had high hopes for Broken Matt Hardy in this. After Raw 25 especially, where they just kind of like
he was there,
made nothing out of this build-up that they had been fostering between Bray Wyatt and him, and they just had Bray squash him basically. And I was thinking he's going to use this opportunity to do something at least against Bray. He might not cause an impact in the Rumble, but he's going to do something against Bray. And it was interesting what they did in the sense that they kind of teamed up,
a little bit.
Yeah, they geared their psychosis jointly towards their adversaries. So they got rid of Rusev, which caused everybody to be very unhappy. So that's kind of stupid. I mean, you got Matt Hardy, who's supposed to be this guy everybody's cheering for, but you're really confusing a lot of people because a lot of people still don't know what is Broken or Woken Matt Hardy. Yeah. A lot of people that didn't watch that, they're still like, why is he this way?
Weird now.
So now you just made them go, what the fuck? He eliminated Rusev. So that was weird. And then together again, they eliminate themselves, which is fucking...
Which I thought was okay, because at least there's some intrigue there.
That makes sense. but I expected a little more from them in the ring. Like, okay, now they basically put everybody out, and then they eliminate Rusev, and they look like they're doing the standard, let's clear everybody and settle our business right here type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then they just kind of stumbled out.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a good elimination.
Like,
it was
I
just
get
like,
what it was, but it was a little slow, so it looked kind of unimpressive.
Yeah, it didn't look great.
Yeah. What you wanted was a drone to come in.
Yeah, a drone would have been nice.
Help him out.
Anything. This again, Titus O'Neil's spot. They could have used it for. They could have used it to bring Jeff Hardy back.
Yeah.
As Jeff Hardy, as Willow, as anything. But nope, we got
Titus O'Neil coming up. By the way, spoiler.
Anyway, at this point, I kind of felt like, oh no, this might be the now customary turning point in a good Rumble where it turns to shit. And Cena came out, so I was like, oh man, not that I hate Cena. I don't hate him, but I understand why people hate him.
Yeah. And
I would not be behind him winning the Rumble at all.
It wouldn't make sense at this point.
So I was like, oh man, this is where it's gonna start. But instead, they chose to kind of use his presence from the get-go to continue the feud between him and Elias. Mm-hmm. So he eliminates Elias, which is good. I mean, that little feud is kind of interesting, I guess. Then we get a fucking surprise entrance that I don't think anybody expected, like, ever. And that's Hurricane Helms.
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
That was... I mean, it was cool, man. It was cool to see somebody... It was cool,
but at the same time, I was like, I mean, it's obvious. Could have had someone cool.
Yeah. It was obvious he was going to get eliminated immediately, which he did. He got eliminated by Cena. And then he just kind of, postures around the ring, and that was it.
Yep.
Cool for like a second.
Yep.
But again, I was so excited by all that was going on that it didn't disappoint me.
It wasn't too bad, yeah.
So, anyway, next comes Aiden English, which was met with the deafening silence at first.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got rid of Rusev not too long ago, and you expect a pop for the other half of the team that
But then eventually
nobody cares about him.
Eventually, people were like, "All right, we'll pity chant."
Yeah,
Rusev Day.
It was kind of like, I mean, this is kind of like an alternative Rusev Day, so we'll go with it. So, whatever. He's there. Then we get Adam Cole, which I didn't expect.
That was weird.
I didn't expect that to happen.
So I was like, all right.
Yep. At this point, Finn Balor eliminates Aiden English, so Rusev Day was really over at that point.
Entrance was pointless once again.
Then we get, number 24, Randy Orton. This is when I was afraid. I was like, Randy Orton's in,
You're hating.
I'm not a Randy. I like Randy Orton, but he's got to be like a mid card at this point.
He's got to be doing something.
He's like another Roman Reigns for me, or another Cena, where you introduce him and you're like, man, they're just gonna make him do something huge. He's gonna eliminate good people. He might even fucking win again for some damn reason, So I wasn't too excited about that.
Well, I mean, he didn't win, so that's good.
Yeah, that is good. However, he did eliminate Andrade Cien Almas, and normally that would have kind of been like, come on, serious dude, that's who you eliminate. But the way he did it was kind of cool, and that's Andrade goes for an off the rope maneuver. I don't know exactly what he was going for, but it just turned into like the world's stupidest RKO.
Yeah.
But it was
that was. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't remember what it was, but it was hilarious. He kind of like, I guess it was like a tope, maybe. He was
I think he was going for a headbutt.
And it was just like, he freaking dies.
Yeah, he just slotted into.
It was hilarious.
Into the clumsiest RKO, but it was funny as fuck. And then number 25. Look, 25 is a pivotal spot.
Yep. That's
still pretty fresh. 30 gets touted a lot, but not a lot of people have one that came in at 30. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of like it's usually reserved as a surprise type of thing.
Or like a safety for Roman.
Yeah. 25 is a good spot. You could still win that shit. You could still be a big name and have a big impact and be fresh.
Yep.
Titus O'Neil, number 25. Fucking shit, man!
Now this is when we were kind of like, oh man, we're not going to see any like...
Legends
come back, which is fine.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Titus was the alternative.
Fuck, man. Fucking pissed.
Wasn't good.
So, of course, Titus comes in, nothing happens because he fucking sucks.
Literally no reaction.
Yeah.
Because he freaking sucks.
26 was Miz. And Miz has been going, I used to kind of dislike The Miz.
Yeah.
At least his character. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
But he's been doing really good as of late. And the mere fact that they've pitted him against Roman Reigns puts him in my favor. So he comes in and he got a pretty decent pop, man. So that was pretty cool. And but really, he was just biding time for one of our countrymen.
What?
That's right, countrymen.
All right.
We don't live in Mexico,
No.
but we're gonna go with that. And that's the return of Rey Mysterio.
That was cool.
That was pretty awesome, man.
He was looking all tanned and shit.
He was looking fucking buffed as shit.
Yeah, he was.
Which apparently Corey Graves could not stop mentioning.
Yeah, it was disturbing.
Like a weird salivating homo.
This is something that comes up later. Not the homo part, but the weird salivating.
Yeah. And the homo part, because he's Corey Graves.
He freaking sucks.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but there is if you're Corey Graves, because you suck.
All right.
But,
anyway, he comes in as badass.
yeah, Ray comes in, and it's high-flying maneuver. It's like he never left, man. Yeah. If anything, he looked a lot crisper.
Yeah, he did.
Than
that Lucha Underground's been good for him.
Yeah, man. This was a surprise entrance because Conan himself, his kind of de facto manager of sorts, had said that he was not aware that he was going to go, and by all accounts, he wasn't going to be.
I did call this one.
You did, so I owe you nothing.
Nope.
But yeah, it was cool, man. This was a good bit of nostalgia, and it wasn't the type of nostalgia where you just ultimately feel deflated because he was
it wasn't
at the top of his game still.
It wasn't the nostalgia where you're like, oh man, he's not that great, which we did get later on.
Yeah.
But it actually delivered.
Yeah.
Now I hope he doesn't stay on. Well, I do hope he stays on, but I hope they don't put him on 205.
Yeah. Damn, the way he performed, it wouldn't surprise me if they offered him a deal. And I mean, it's unsure, but the commentary seemed to suggest that he could come back anytime.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. That would be cool, man.
Yeah.
And he sure as hell showed that he could do it, and he was doing everything 619s up the ass, top rope maneuvers, flying. So yeah, if he does come back, hopefully
getting slammed on poles by Kane.
Yeah,
that didn't happen.
That didn't happen, but yeah,
it's a callback to a hilarious moment in wrestling history.
Unfortunately, our damn it, that is hilarious. Unfortunately, our joy was nipped at the fucking bud.
It wasn't good
when Roman Reigns fucking come out, and you know what? Look, Roman Reigns fucking sucks.
Yeah, he does.
I think we all know this. Even people, I'm not even talking about his skill in the ring.
No, he's actually gotten a lot better.
Limited moveset, sure,
yeah,
but
he sucks at selling.
Yeah.
He's horrible at selling.
And in any other era, Roman Reigns would have been a big name.
Yeah.
But people are much too savvy nowadays to accept him as such. And I understand. I mean, he's just not who we want as the audience. We just don't stop forcing it. But that being said, the moment he come in, this Rumble went from great
too scary
to tense as fuck. But I say
like
that
we were having fun the whole time.
Yeah, now it was just
it was like, oh
fucking
no,
shit, nail biting tension.
Yeah,
like I'm pretty sure if they would have taken my blood pressure, I would have been dead.
Yep.
I don't know how that works, but
I think that's whatever. Go with it.
So Roman comes in, and of course he's a demigod among men.
Of course,
he eliminates
no selling every move on planet Earth.
He eliminates 5 million people in 1 second. So Titus, oh shit, is out the window.
Which is good. Yeah.
The Miz goes out way too fast.
Yeah.
But it's still good because, you kind of foment the tension between them. So that was okay. There was even some involvement from Miz Taraj, which was neat. But still, it was like, dude, he just fucking came in.
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever. And then he eliminates Seth Rollins.
Which helped him.
Yeah, this was interesting. I don't know how they're playing it because the commentator seemed to suggest that Seth Rollins understood.
Yeah, which I mean he did do a little smirk.
Yeah, but if they're going with that sucks.
Yeah,
because that means they're just gonna keep the friendship going along. And look, it's done. Okay, the fucking Shield. We gotta wait till forever for Dean. It's just, can we just move on? Can we just fucking move on?
They weren't even that great.
Yeah.
They kind of licked.
And even if you like them, that's fine if you like them. It's just like, can we move on? Fate itself, nature itself is telling you, don't do this anymore.
That being said, I did prefer the Shield, whereas compared to Roman
by
alone.
himself, yeah.
But, just move on. Who cares at this point?
So Roman turns on Rollins, but not in a heel way, it seems.
Yeah.
Just in a, hey, that's what we got to do.
Yep.
Pretty good virus.
Yep. I got the computer virus.
You got the virus. But yeah, man. So that was interesting. Then we got number 29. Only 2 fucking slots.
Yeah.
These are pivotal
But we were
motherfucking
like,
slots.
We were like, oh, Sting or like Undertaker.
Anybody in the world. Me coming in would have been
That
cool.
would have been awesome because you would have gotten your shit pushed in.
Yep. Instead, we get Goldust. And we don't hate Goldust.
No, but it was enraging because why?
Yeah, why? And that really speaks to how good this Rumble was.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter if Titus O'Neil or fucking Apollo Crews, or not to put them in the same company, or Goldust came in and ruined spots that could have been for anybody, literally anybody in the world. Moolah's corpse could have been catapulted in, and it would have been better than this shit.
Yep.
But why the fuck did you waste it on ass dust?
It doesn't make sense.
Oh,
And again,
man.
we don't hate ass dust.
No, we love ass dust. Literally ass dust, not gold dust.
Yeah, Goldust could go to hell. Ass dust, on the other hand.
Yeah, man, we like gold dust. It's just like, what the fuck? Why would you waste that spot?
So it was weird.
Anyway, he comes in and affects nothing.
Nope.
Just kind of kicks and punches around for a while. That's it.
That's true.
Then number 30 comes in.
We're
This
like,
30 is always usually, like I said previously,
like a surprise.
Yeah,
entrance,
it's usually a big surprise entrance. In
Or
the case,
Roman, or
in
Roman.
Yeah, in the case of Roman, it's your dreams ruined.
Yep.
But this go year round, we were at this point. I was like, they could still bring Sting in. It wouldn't be as cool as him eliminating Seth Rollins. They could bring Undy takers.
I was expecting Daniel
tried
Bryan.
Undy takers.
I was expecting Daniel Bryan because of his contract coming up. I was like, they're gonna give him a match just to keep him around.
Something, anything.
Instead,
we get Dolph Ziggler, which is not bad.
No.
And he was bound to return. It's just like
it wasn't cool.
One, I feel the return is too soon.
Yeah, didn't he just leave like 2 seconds ago?
It's not been that long since.
Also, that scratching in his music sucks donkeys.
Yeah, it does suck. But I mean, again, Dolph is a really good wrestler and he deserves a lot more.
Just the spot was weird.
I don't feel this is the time that they should have brought him back.
Yeah.
He should have lasted longer. People should be allowed to forget Dolph for a while. Because he's been saddled with shitty gimmick after shitty gimmick.
Yeah.
Or conversely, bad storyline after bad storyline where his championships seem forgettable.
Yeah.
So they should really have let him be forgotten. So that when he returns, people genuinely welcome him back. Instead, it's just like, dude, it's not even been a couple of months that you left. And even if it was a couple, I don't really know the exact time frame. It's not been long.
And it wasn't even that great because he leaves right away.
Yeah, he comes in, eliminates Ass Dust. Good, because who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And then Balor eliminates him not too long afterwards.
That was it.
Again, what was the point?
Yep.
You should have held out for the benefit of Dolph Ziggler and just to give that slot to somebody else. Anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been... I don't know, fucking the gobbledygooker, and it would have probably had a bigger effect, and it would have benefited Dolph Ziggler a lot more to wait. And that's unfortunate because, again,
Thurman plug.
Yeah.
That would have been a good
the
one.
Mountie could have come in and would have been better.
Yep.
Yeah, but again, that's not riding on Dolph Ziggler and saying he's an asshole or he sucks as a wrestler. He's a great wrestler. It's just we do need to forget everything that's happened so that he could come in really fresh. But no, they just bring him back, and he's still the guy that's vacated the title and doesn't want to be. So what was the point? So that felt like a complete waste. But even then, you still felt that this match was great.
Yeah.
And that again, the whole time, not even when Titus came in, did I feel robbed.
Well, a little bit.
Well, yeah.
We actually went, why would you waste the spot on Titus?
Okay, maybe when Titus came in, I felt a little robbed. But even at the lowest points in this match, it wasn't a bad kind of low. Because there was always enough characters in the ring to keep it interesting and alive. And some of the spots were neat, of course. And again, it was like every entrant that came in affected the ring immediately upon his arrival. So they were allowed to say something and then go into the backdrop as they usually do until the final 4 or 6 are happening. And here the final 6 were, I was going to say Rectal Reamer.
All right. He's a good guy.
Roman Reigns. I mean, Rectal Reamer.
Not far off.
Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura, John Cena, Rey Mysterio, and Balor. And that's a nice assortment of people to have in your bottom 6. And we were so convinced that the inevitable was going to happen.
Wasn't
and that's
good.
that Roman Reigns was going to win the fucking Rumble.
Yep.
That even from the moment he came in, like I said, it was tense.
Literally the beginning.
This was like we were sweating because we just knew Roman Reigns was going to win. And or the alternative, we knew Cena was going to win because, you know, he's on the verge of retirement, basically.
Pretty much.
And he has a few records to break, and this could be their opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
And we just knew it.
Either way, it would have
One of these two guys, one of those two guys, we just knew it. So we were defeated, but at the same time, we were like incredulous.
Yeah.
We were entertained by the mere fact
It was
that WWE could be this fucking stupid.
It was almost an insanity thing where I was like, they're not gonna, they can't, right?
Yeah.
And then, oh man, they're gonna do this, aren't they? And they're gonna get booed.
Because out of these 6, we knew Rey Mysterio was gonna get eliminated.
Oh yeah, big time.
Because one, he just came back, and it could just be a one-time thing. And even if it isn't, he's going to come back in the limited sense or to put people over. So we knew, obviously, Rey was not going to win. So that takes one out of the mix. Cena's a big possibility. Orton, I felt, at this point, with these people in the ring, he wasn't going to be in the bottom 4. Balor, I was like, he's one of the fan favorites to win. Same with Shinsuke. So they got to be in the bottom 4. So it was tense. And it was tense. But then on top of that, the eventual kind of disappointment of like they're just gonna have Cena or Roman Reigns win.
Yeah.
But Reigns eliminates Orton, which was both a disappointment and a relief because okay, good, Orton's not gonna win,
but at the same time, you're like, oh man, his demigodness is starting.
Yeah.
He's rising to full god now.
Then at that point, Balor eliminates Rey, and it was kind of like a sad thing, but if somebody's gonna eliminate Rey, Balor's a good one, and he did a stomp on him that looked fucking vicious.
It was Shinsuke.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did on
that was
Shinsuke
later on.
So spoiled that one, but anyway, Rey is eliminated by Balor, and now our final 4 are Roman Reigns, Cena, Shinsuke, and Balor. 2 very worthy people, and 2 people that it's just come on, guys.
Yeah.
Can we move on, please? Then we get kind of like a tease moment where they kind of face off against each other a bit. We got that again when the final 6 were there. You know, the older people faced off against the younger people. Well, we kind of got that again. And they kind of switched between the 2. We got Shinsuke versus Balor for a while. Then we had Roman Reigns versus Cena for a while. And when that happened, people were hating it.
Yep.
We were hating it.
Yep.
We were like, oh, fuck. This is just going to... something's going to go wrong here.
It's not good. Why is there people near those ropes?
So they were switching back and forth, and it was tense, man. I got to give it to them. Mm-hmm. Roman Reigns was in the midst of it, but it was tense.
Yeah.
Then Balor makes a comeback, and he's, kicking ass left and right.
Stomping on people's necks.
Stomping on fucking peeps' necks. But then Cena eliminates him.
Yep.
And this is when we were like, oh, fucking
it's happening!
Yeah.
They're going to be foolish.
They're doing it.
Yep.
They're just getting rid of the people we like. Oh, no. So, oh, my God, man. And then right after that, Cena and Roman Reigns team up against Shinsuke.
To kick his a-hole.
And we're like, this is it. This is fucking Vince going, fuck what the people want.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to have my boys dust
me
him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that too. And we were like, oh, no. This was, at this point, the tension was...
It wasn't good.
Ratcheted to 1,000. And again, I can't believe we felt that much tension because really we had just given up. We were like, Roman or Cena's going to win.
Yeah.
But
they were still throwing in enough moves from Shinsuke so that you're not fully giving up.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, oh, man.
We were holding on to like the tiniest thread. Yeah. We were like fucking Vinnie Mac's quads after he come into the ring, slide into the ring. There was one thread that was holding them together. That was us. We were holding on to that sliver of a chance that Shinsuke could come out on top, but it wasn't looking good.
Nope.
So it was incredibly fucking tense, and we were just kicking our faces in because...
Literally.
It fucking sucked, dude. I couldn't believe how awful I felt the whole time. Okay, so then Shinsuke finally gets some steam behind him, and he sets up for a Kinshasa against Roman Reigns. and Roman Reigns spears him.
It was a shitty looking spear.
Yeah,
too.
shitty spear, and
Worse than edges.
we're like, that's it. He just speared him. That's it. He's done. Shinsuke is out of the picture. It's gonna be Roman versus Cacaface.
John Cena, you mean?
Yeah.
Ferdinand the Bull.
Shinsuke eliminates Cena. I'm sorry, this happened right before. Shinsuke eliminates Cena, and then he sets up the Kinshasa for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns spears him, and then we were resigned. That's it.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns going to win. That's it. That's what they've been planning forever. That's what's been done for like the past 1 zillion years.
Yep.
We're fucked. And then we weren't.
Nope.
Against all fucking odds, Shinsuke throws a massive fucking kick.
Yeah, he did.
At Roman Reigns'
he did.
fucking hideous face.
Freaking flew out the damn ring.
And that was it.
Yep.
He was done. Roman Reigns is out of the ring.
Yep.
Shinsuke is the winner. And
now I can confirm that it wasn't just us feeling the tenseness, because the Guardian messaged me when it was down to Shinsuke and Roman, and he said, "Dude, I think I'm gonna be pissed." And then once he won, rejoicing happened.
Yeah, man.
In the entire wrestling universe.
For fucking once, they knew how to use the heat behind the person that they've been pushing forever.
Yeah.
To do the right thing and actually benefit the fans. Now, will they keep that up? Probably not, because it's WWE. But this is one of those monumental moments, man. This is like a big fucking moment. This is a big moment in an event full of history already.
Yeah.
You know, it's so big, in fact, that it kind of overshadowed. I shouldn't say it overshadowed. It cast a mighty shadow across the rest of the event.
Yeah.
Because it was that like surprising to anybody that's been a fan of WWE. We just know how much they fucking screw with us and how much they don't care about who we like. And you know, we have a lot of fans don't have patience. You know, you got to make a bad guy before you make a good guy. And good guys got to lose a lot before they win. That's what makes it worth it.
Lucha Underground, you got entire seasons worth of heroes losing.
But that's not been the case with Roman Reigns.
No, he
it's
just
just
wins.
Let's make him win and let's make him be unstoppable.
Just wins everything. And hey, let's have his Shield buddies have to get new music and gear, but he just gets to keep everything we made for him.
So this was shocking, dude. Jumped out of my seat. I couldn't believe it. Everybody in the arena.
Our balls literally exploded.
Yeah. Well, mine retracted into my body, then exploded, so I'm bleeding internally, so that sucks. But yeah, man, it was just, I still can't believe that happened. It's amazing.
It was pretty great.
Especially how bad they fumbled Shinsuke when he first came in.
Yeah.
But they've been doing really good with fixing that. I'm surprised how well his team-ups with Randy Orton have been going, because those are actually pretty good. You know, but here it is. It happened. And then on top of that, just to put the cherry on the fucking sundae, they give him his choice of who he's going to challenge for the title.
Yeah, this was great.
And he picks who everybody wants him to see go up against. AJ. So we're going to get AJ versus Shinsuke come WrestleMania. And what more could you ask for at this point? At this point, they could have literally had Vince come out, break his quads, then shit himself in the ring, and it would have still been the greatest moment in Rumble history,
it would have
dude.
been greater, dude.
It would, yeah.
I want to see him.
Admittedly, that would have been fantastic.
Awesome. They could have had him come out and be like, "Yep, XFL was a bad idea again. Also, shot myself, and my quads just blew up."
Man, that was amazing, dude. Anything you want to add to the entire Rumble?
It was pretty great. It was very tense. My a-hole was puckered. Only once before.
Why was it puckered? Shouldn't it be like clamped? You know?
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Clamped. Point is, my a-hole was making some diamonds, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It hurt.
Worth it.
It was really good, yeah.
Totally worth it.
I screamed. My throat hurts.
This is the best event I've seen in a handful of years, man. And easily one of the... It's going to go down as one of the best Rumbles ever, if not the best. Amazing. Then they had to ruin it. Because right after that, they gave us the KFC Rumble.
Oh, this was best Rumble.
fucking shit, man.
The Colonel Rumble.
Look, I realize you got to pay some bills, and this is just an ad.
Damn.
But did we need a KFC Rumble?
Nope.
Oh, fucking crap. It sucked ass.
Anyway, Ric Flair wins.
I got to say, though, Ric Flair kind of did look like the Colonel.
He did, didn't he? Like the real OG Colonel.
Yeah.
It was the weakest little throw over the rope, but I mean, he's 1,000.
Yeah, so you give that.
So let's go into full detail of the KFC Rumble here.
Let's not do that. So KFC Rumble commercial sucked. But anyway, next we get Rollins and Jordan versus The Bar. I'm just going to summarize this fucking portion of the, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, this portion of the Rumble as the snack match.
Yeah, big time. I thought it was just me.
Yeah, no, I love The Bar. The Bar is a great tag team, but this feud they got going on with Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan, it's just not interesting.
Yeah.
It's not, and it shows here. And the only thing that came out of benefit for this match, by the way, before I get into all that, The Bar are the new champs. And who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? Because I frankly didn't care that Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan were the champs. But really the only benefit that came out of this match was that the Jason Jordan character storyline has been enhanced. The rift between him and Seth Rollins has increased because Jordan has been trying to be like the new part of the Shield or whatever. And he's just been really irritating. They are doing a really good job at using how much people hate Jordan to create a kind of like a wiener piece of shit character.
Yeah, and this
which is
full
good.
Wiener in this.
Yeah, which is good because really, that's what Kurt Angle was for most of his career.
A good point,
he was a character that a lot of people hated, and then they learned to love to hate him. So that might actually be really good. It's just the match was not very interesting.
Great, yeah.
And again, they're very capable guys. The Bar is, and Rollins and Jordan are very capable athletically and all that stuff.
Kind of
it
bland.
just, yeah, my brain. The problem was my brain was just like, I don't want it.
Yeah,
I don't care about this.
Crowd didn't really care.
If that was your thing, well then,
cool.
But it certainly wasn't our thing. Then next we get the triple threat, and this was what I expected them to end the night with.
Yeah.
Despite there being the Women's Royal Rumble, but I'm glad they didn't end the night with this because this is where this belonged, and this was. I mean, how do you even describe this? This
cartoon?
was, I want to say this was like watching a kaiju battle.
It was like a
but
cartoon.
Corey Graves said that, and he sucks.
Yeah, he does.
So, yeah, man, this was literally watching big monsters kick each other's asses.
Yep. Well, two of them were kicking each other's asses. Kane was being really careful.
Yeah, Kane was being
to not actually hurt someone.
Yeah, Kane was being a sportsman.
But Brock and Braun there. Yeah. Kicking each other's actual asses.
It started right away real stiff. And I don't know, they even alluded to this in the commentary. And the commentators were laughing about it in a way that, you know, kind of when you knowingly laugh about something.
Yeah.
It didn't seem
intentional.
But it appeared, especially once you see the replays, it appeared that Braun kneed Brock in the face pretty hard.
Yeah.
And then in return, Brock gave him a stiff fucking punch to the head.
Yep.
And it looked like a genuine, you know, little mini shoot, you know, but if it was, that's pretty cool. And if it wasn't, it looked great.
Yeah.
You know, so that was awesome.
I don't see how they could fake it because
the only thing you can think of is that before they went in the match, they said,
they were like,
hit me for
let's
real
do this. Yeah, I know there was like a little bit of, I think Brock didn't like Braun back in the day or something. But I think what it was an accident on Braun's end.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't intended to be that way.
Yeah, and then Brock just kind of retaliated because it's Brock.
I think you're exactly right. But either way, it looked fucking great.
Yeah, it was good.
And it really fed into what came afterwards, which was like table mania.
Yeah.
After Brock kind of gets the upper hand with some suplexes, it all of a sudden just turns around and Braun is setting up tables. And he's putting people through tables. He just kind of falls into a table at one point, which is fucking weird.
It was funny.
It was supposed to make Kane look like he had thrown him into the table,
he just kind of fell in.
Yeah, he just kind of comfortably.
And then the commentators try to cover it by being like, "Oh, he knew."
Yeah, that was not. Just leave it alone, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it became table fucking city in the ring, and then outside the ring. As Brock starts F5ing everybody in the planet through the commentary tables. And
No,
some of those hits were pretty hard.
Yeah, I do want to say when Braun goes through, the table doesn't give way right away, and it kind of looks like his face hit the corner or some shit. Obviously, it wasn't too bad, but it did look painful.
His elbow was bleeding because he hit the front edge of the table. So it was definitely a hard hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
But it wasn't like his neck broke, thankfully.
And then and then Brock tilts another table onto him.
Yeah, and then we get him lifting Kane and throwing him onto. Or was that Braun? It was Brock, right?
It was Brock.
Yeah, throws Kane. Yeah, it was onto the other table, Spanish table,
which doesn't break immediately.
No, and the monitors weren't cleared, and he lands on one, and he's kind of like, "Yep, this is my life." So that was entertaining.
Yeah. Ultimately, the match ends up with Brock retaining, which is what we expected. But
they did it in a good way.
I gotta say, we still might get it, Brock versus Roman Reigns. But I gotta say, the fact that Shinsuke won the Rumble lessened the disappointment this go round of Brock winning. Not that I didn't want Brock to win. I think he should win. But the previous time they did it, it made Braun look super fucking weak.
Because he took one finisher and that was it.
Yeah. Whereas this one, Braun is incapacitated, put out of the way, then Brock basically pins Kane.
Yeah.
After he uses Kane to push Braun even further out of the ring. And so he wins over Kane, which pisses Braun off. And he's, ranting and raving about it.
Monster handling.
So again, preserves Braun, keeps Brock as strong until he eventually gives away the championship. So that was good. And it was just fun to see these fuckers clash.
I gotta say, Kane was actually doing pretty good for an older fella.
Yeah, and he kind of looked like, I wouldn't say concerned because you can't really tell from his face.
No, but it was kind of like, he was like, man, I gotta
get out of the way of these guys.
Yeah,
they were playing rough.
And you could just see him being careful with them.
Now, a lot of people have bitched about Kane coming back, and it's true, he doesn't have the same menace he did when he first came out because of all the storylines he's been through since then, especially corporate Kane. But it's good that he came back ultimately. I think this is where we see why they brought him back, and that's that Braun thing.
Yeah.
You preserve Braun in the process, and it's not like they brought him back as corporate Kane or something equivalent to that.
Plus, it's kind of cool to see him go against big guys that can actually, do stuff.
Yeah, versus who he would usually go against. Yeah. So that was neat, and it served its purpose, and it was a really good buffer match.
Yeah.
And again,
I mean, it was ludicrous, but it was in a fun, ludicrous way.
But it keeps in tone with what's been going on with Braun and stuff. So that's neat.
Unfortunately, there was no grappling hooks.
Yeah, which goes back to your calling it a cartoon character, and that's exactly what Braun has become, but in the best way.
Yeah.
He should be this big cartoonish monster, and that's good. Just as long as we stop Corey fucking Graves from saying monster handling, then I'll be very happy. But that's not going to happen. Next, the final event of the night, rightfully so, was the Women's Royal Rumble. And, a lot hinged on this. I honestly was afraid that there was going to be some colossal failure in all this. Overall, what was your impression of the entire thing? Well, if you had to say something about it now, what would you say?
I think overall it was good. Very enjoyable. But when you start dissecting it, there's parts that are kind of like, well, that wasn't that great. But as a whole, it was cool.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'll reluctantly shadow your thought, but I'll say this. This was a very good Rumble with some rough spots.
Yeah.
But as a viewer, you understand the rough spots.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is that even the parts that you do dissect and kind of go, well, that wasn't that great, you understand why they're that way.
Yeah.
So it never makes it shitty.
And on top of that, I got to say that this Women's Royal Rumble, considering it's the first one, and a lot of these girls don't have this experience with the Rumble and its dynamics, I got to say that it's far better than a lot of the men's Rumbles I've seen.
Ooh, that's true.
So it's a great start to it's obviously going to be a yearly tradition. This was a great start to that because it was not shitty.
No.
And it was far better than a lot of the men's Rumbles we've seen. So they earned their spot, period. And that's the best thing that came out of this is that they earned their spot. and it's without a doubt this has to be a thing now. You know, so that's excellent, man. That's what I wanted the most out of this Women's Royal Rumble. That they proved that they deserved it, and they deserve it because they should be treated that way equally. But this shows that they have the merit to do it, and it was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we'll break it down. I will say this: we as Mexican guys noticed that they rebuilt the American commentators table, but the Mexican table was out of sorts.
Yep.
They didn't give a fuck about that table.
Nope.
That's all right. Our first two.
I think they rebuilt it because Steph came out and won great. We'll get into that.
Yeah, no, I mean, we should really get that out in front. Everything Steph said sucked.
Yeah, it got worse as it went along somehow.
And this was all about, like empowering these women and giving them their accolades, letting them rest on the laurels that they've earned. But Steph pissed me off so much that at one point I said, just shut the fuck up and flop your tits out on the table because you ain't doing nothing.
Nope.
For this fucking match.
There was also like an air of, I'm going to suck my own cock for making this happen.
Or clit, I guess.
Yeah, well, no, she has a lady cock.
Oh, yeah, she doesn't have lady balls, so I guess she would have lady cock.
Yeah. So there was a little bit of that, especially at the end where she's like obviously fishing for compliments from Michael Cole.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. You're kind of diminishing it a little bit here.
And then she did the thing that Corey Graves is very guilty of, which is spelling it out for you.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we get why this is happening. You don't have to explain every single fucking thing. Just shut the fuck up.
My favorite call was when Becky Lynch came out and she was like, Becky Lynch told me earlier that her suit means the future.
What? Yeah, what the fuck, man?
And we're like, what does that mean?
How does that suit mean the future? It just looks like a damn jumper. What the fuck? Man, that sucked.
Yeah.
Anyway... Stephanie should not ever commentate ever again.
She should flop those tits out on the table.
I do agree. I mean, now we sound just like misogynist jerks. But fucking shit, man.
I blame her.
Oh, man, she sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, the rest of the women were great, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Our first two entrants were Sasha Banks, looking like a hottie Wonder Woman. Yep, just ruined that.
It's all right.
And Becky Lynch, who scalps a kid's head off.
Yeah, she does.
With her fucking goggles.
He puts her goggles on the damn kids.
And that kid was like,
that shit.
That kid was like, what the fuck? She rips the goggles off and it's like, dude, my fucking hair.
Yep.
So that was cool.
That being said, I do kind of like her new suit that apparently means the future.
Yeah, it's very futuristic, I hear. It's not.
But I did kind of like it, I'm not going to lie.
Yep, I dug it. Oh, Beckarama. Okay, gonna stop that.
Yep.
Anyway, they engage in a little back and forth until Sarah Logan comes out. And then she throws her 2 cents into the mix. And I got to say, considering how awful the Riot Squad has been portrayed in SmackDown, Sarah Logan looked pretty good in this match. It gave you... She's been so clumsy. And, they're just underplaying the Riot Squad in the worst possible way on SmackDown. But here she actually looked competent and she actually, went in pretty strong. She was probably the strongest of the Riot Squad in the entire Rumble. So that was surprising considering how they've treated the girls thus far. Or, the Riot Squad in specific. Anyway, that happens for a while. Mandy Rose comes out. Now, you had something to say about Mandy Rose? You hated her tights or what? What the fuck? I can't remember. You said something about Mandy Rose.
Who's Mandy Rose?
Mandy Rose, What the fuck? How do you know who Mandy Rose is? From Absolution?
Oh, because I don't care about Mandy Rose.
Okay, well, that seems to be the consensus. But, yeah.
I didn't have anything to say about Mandy Rose. I said that she sucked. Who's this? I do know what you're talking about, though. It wasn't me. It was Corey.
Yep. Old Corey did most certainly have something to say about Mandy Rose as he went on a fucking insane ramble about basically lusting for her.
There was a point where he said that he knew way more than most people should.
Yeah.
And he's like freaking stalking her and shit.
What the fuck was that shit? It got so bad because he wouldn't shut the fuck up about it that Stephanie said, all right, enough of that.
Yep.
And for once...
I totally agree.
I totally agree with Steph.
And then I ripped her top off and whacked it to her.
Man...
I didn't do that.
Yeah, you didn't do that.
No.
I did. But the point is, what the fuck was that, man? Is this the time to be playing the creepster?
That's exactly what I said. I was like, dude, really? You're going to be playing the creep during this monumental thing?
I was like, what? And he would shut the fuck up about it.
It was like worse than Jerry Lawler used to do.
It was
Except
terrible,
Jerry Lawler,
man.
you know, he could do that. It was funny.
Yeah, he somehow managed to make it enjoyable.
This was just like, shut up, you
Yeah.
pompadour having piece of shit.
Man, that sucked.
We hate
Hated
Corey
that.
Graves in case you...
Anyway, at number 5, we got a really cool surprise entrant, and that was Lita, who wasn't honored during Raw 25 to everybody's surprise. But like I told you when she came up, this makes up for it that she's in this because she deserves to be in it. And she looked great, man. She looked fantastic.
Kind of like her little pants.
Yeah, dug the pants.
I don't know why.
I'm not as big as it used to be, but yeah, man. She looked great. She displayed. It didn't even look like she had ring rust.
Yeah.
If it did, it was minimal.
It was very, yeah. There was a... I wouldn't say it was ring rust. She was a little bit slower, but that's to be expected.
Yeah, I mean,
and she was really good for.
She was
not
fantastic.
Having wrestled for.
So she eliminates Mandy Rose, so that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she just looked great, man, and she still did a lead assault off the top rope, you know, all that stuff. It was fantastic to see her back. I was really happy about that. I love Lita. But the point is, next we got Kairi Sane, which was fucking badass because they let her come in and kick total ass.
No, it was cool.
Back and forth.
Except for the fact that they went back on the Pirate Princess thing and called her a yachtsman again.
Ugh,
So that stunk.
son of a bitch,
But
man.
at least she actually got to do some cool shit.
Yeah, she basically cleared the ring for a while there and got in 2 of the mean elbows from the top rope. Right as Tamina comes out, that's when she got her second elbow in. And, Tamina had the worst outfit of all time.
Everybody's spirit died a little when Tamina came out.
Tamina's...
Much like the person... Nope, not gonna go. I was gonna do a little thing about her dad killing her.
Not the time.
Nope.
Tamina should be like a Nia Jax character, but she's just
Definitely not.
She definitely don't have mic skills.
Nope.
And she's kind of like Frankensteinian in the ring.
Yeah.
But they're trying to push her that way, so I guess this is at this point, Lita does her lead assault, which was pretty cool. Lita gets rid of Tamina, which was really cool.
Yep.
Yes, thank you. And then Becky gets rid of Lita.
Yeah.
And of course, people don't like that.
No.
Why would you make a babyface like Becky get rid of Lita and she just come in like not that long ago?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No, she did last a little bit. But
Yeah, but I mean, there was literally like
yeah, she should have stayed
2-3 entrants.
longer.
I mean, that was confusing to me. It was too soon to see Lita go. Next, we get Dana Brooke, who ended up eliminating Kairi Sane, which, again, what the fuck? You could have you let Cien Almas stay in there that long and look pretty good. Kairi Sane was looking spectacular, fucking badass, dare I say. And Dana Brooke, of all people, is the one who eliminates her.
That being said, she was a lot better than she used to be in the ring. She didn't really botch anything, and it wasn't quarried.
Yeah, well,
Which is good.
I never thought Dana Brooke was an awful wrestler.
But she wasn't great.
She wasn't great. And her being with Titus Worldwide sucks, but it's better than not doing anything ever or being that sycophantic jackass that she was when she was with Charlotte. But still, of all the people, get somebody else to eliminate Kyrie. And it was such an uneventful elimination too. Anyway, next Tori Wilson comes out and everybody in the fucking room pops. Understandably so. Tori Wilson still looks great, by the way. Pretty awesome. She eliminates Dana. Good. Mm-hmm. But really, Dana should have been eliminated by, the moment she came in. Because Titus.
It's true.
Titus, man.
Titus is not good.
Number 10 was Sonya Deville, who is, I gotta say, very impressive in as a member of Absolution. In fact, she's the member of Absolution. In fact, I'm just gonna call her Absolution because she's like the most potently powerful presence of the group.
Yeah.
Especially with Paige being like
her
fucking
neck
broken,
exploding.
Now. But and she is as impressive as she's been. But she eliminates Tori Wilson, which of course just come in and got this massive pop, and so people are like, "What the fuck?" But that's okay because she's supposed to be kind of a heel, so it works. And she proved to be pretty spectacular, as long as she lasted in the match. Next was Liv Morgan, your fucking favorite, apparently.
She looks like a goddamn alien.
Well, we know that the Guardian loves her.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, my peepers are pleased. But yeah, she does look like an alien. I'll give you that. But,
We hate on aliens now?
Liv Morgan, you know, she's part of the Riot Squad, so she's been getting the big shaft from WWE for some damn reason. So she did all right, I guess. I mean, that's really all you can say.
As far as aliens go.
Then, unexpected. I didn't expect this one. Molly Holly comes back. The only Holly I ever liked. Short hair and all, which was awesome. Yeah, man. And she was like a fucking firecracker right out of, you know, she just came firing out of the barrel, man. That's right, firecrackers and barrels.
Firecrackers work.
But, yeah, she was, I mean, she came up and doing, you know, top rope shit from the get-go.
All right.
It was pretty awesome, man. She eliminated Sarah Logan, who, as I said previously, had been doing pretty good, considering that the Riot Squad's been getting the shaft.
She can't speak.
Yeah. Thankfully, she didn't have to cut a promo. But, yeah, man, Molly Holly was looking pretty fantastic. I was pretty surprised. It looked like she could just come back, you know, and then she'd be fine. Mm-hmm. You know, that was pretty cool, man. Very unexpected. Then Lana comes out, and we all know Lana can't wrestle very well.
Nope.
You know, I mean, she's been getting better, but it's still like, all right, you need like 10,000 more years to cook those skills up.
But there's Rusev Day chance.
There is Rusev Day chance. I was going to say chance. And that's cool because Rusev's over. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't help but think she's like her own person.
Yeah.
And they're just chanting her husband's name during this very important event for women.
That's what they get for splitting her up.
And then on top of that, they do that later with Nikki Bella. Surprise, Nikki Bella comes in. And Brie. Yeah. They all get you know, their respective husband chants.
Well, to be fair, at least Brie was doing some of Daniel Bryan's moves.
Yeah, that's true.
So at least hers makes a little sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right about the other ones.
Now, next, it was nice to see her. But I feel that everything she did should have been given to Lita instead.
Oh, smooth moves?
She did everything ever, apparently.
Was it smooth moves?
It was Michelle McCool.
So no?
Yeah, smooth moves.
Wasn't that
that's
Kelly?
smooth moves number 1.
Oh.
Smooth moves number 2 is coming up next. Okay. Or soon, I should say. Michelle McCool comes out. And again, it's great to see her back. But the rust was a showing.
Yeah.
This wasn't even ring rust. This was just straight up fucking oxidized iron. You know,
she wasn't as bad as someone coming up though.
No, but it was not good.
Yeah, and she like eliminated everyone on Earth.
Yeah, they were like, she got rid of Sonya Deville. You're trying to build this villain up, and this clumsy person comes in, and you know, she got rid of Liv Morgan. All right, considering how the Riot Squad's being treated, I guess that makes sense. Then she gets rid of Molly Holly, who was, by the way, not showing any fucking ring rust at all. So that was like a disappointment. Then she gets rid of Lana. Fine. But that's 4 people she gets rid of like that. Yeah. And she was looking rough. Not physically, but like her skills were not. They
weren't great.
They weren't shining.
Not as bad as, again, though.
Then, okay. After that, the whole time I was thinking this should have been this should have been Lita.
Yeah,
it should have been Lita, or even Molly Holly. Somebody that's like, come on, man, look at them. They're doing great. It was confusing to me, but whatever. It happened, and again, it didn't disappoint me to the point where I was like giving up on it. I was actually very entertained at this point. Then Ruby Riott comes out. Now, I love me some Ruby Riott.
Yeah,
I loved her in NXT. She's a great talent.
Punk rock ragdoll.
Yeah, apparently she's now the punk rock ragdoll, but the way she's being treated on SmackDown is fucking deplorable. They make her look like a complete wimp. They don't let her do any of her moves. The broadcast I've seen, whenever she gets the upper hand on her opponent, they cut to commercials, so you don't see that. So it just looks like she's a complete wiener, and then they make her run away each fucking time.
Yep.
And she's very good at selling moves from other people. So it just looks like she's getting beat up all the time. Yeah. And sure enough, she comes in and immediately starts getting beat up.
Yep.
And I'm like, dude, you're wasting. And I just know, I have a feeling it's Vince who's going back there going, look, she looks like a vulture.
She does.
Let's beat her up.
But I would hit
every fucking time.
I would hit that vulture.
If you haven't seen Ruby Riott on NXT, see her on NXT. She's fantastic. and what they're doing is awful with her. But surprisingly, she stuck around for a while in this match. Unfortunately,
doing nothing.
Yeah, she didn't do much except get beat up and kind of almost fall out of the ring most of the time.
Yeah,
it was very unfortunate that this continues. But the soothe, they put some salve on my wounds because next at number 16 was a very unexpected surprise. Vicky Guerrero comes back.
Oh yes, it was hilarious, man.
And I gotta say, I loved it.
I was into that.
It was hilarious, man. I mean, she was just Vicky, which means she can't wrestle for shit, obviously.
Nope.
And she's screaming.
It's definitely screaming.
But that's what Vicky's good at. And the crowd loved it, man. They were chanting Eddie. It was, again, with chanting the husband instead of who they are. But it was great, man. It was funny. It ended up with everyone basically turning against Vicky and eliminating her immediately.
There was this part where they drag her into the ring and she's like crawling, like when I broke my freaking leg or whatever.
It was fucking. It was funny. It was great, man. It was fantastic. That was a nice little nostalgic moment. And again, I laughed my ass off. Hilarious. Also, kind of looked like she fucked up her ankle. Yeah, so that's fucked up. Could have worn some flat shoes, Vicky. Yep. The hell. So she's going to go back to her nurse job or whatever it is she's doing. But it was very nice to see that. It was cool. Next, we had Carmella come in. Mrs. Money in the Bank. And looking pretty hot.
Look, I'm not going to lie. I was against Carmella and her negative ass for a long time. But in this event, I would totally hit that. Yep.
That's right. We're talking about hitting on these women. And by that, I mean sex.
Yep.
Not physical violence.
We're not Chris Benoit.
But now we're total creeps like Corey Graves.
Well, yeah, but we got the right to. We ain't freaking commentating. Well, we don't.
We don't have the right.
No, we don't.
The point is she was attractive
I
as hell.
hate that shit is what I'm saying.
But, yeah, Carmella comes out, and before she gets in the ring, Vicky tears her briefcase away and hits her.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny. And, she kind of lingers out there for a while. Meanwhile, Cat Talia comes out.
Yeah.
With her stank cats. And, we get a little back and forth between all the girls currently in the ring. Meantime, Kelly comes out. Another old timer. She's not really old, obviously, but, one of the divas of the diva era. And I can't remember if Guardian, our compatriot here, in case you're wondering who the fuck Guardian is, who we've mentioned 1,000 times.
Yeah. This is the first video.
Yeah,
he'll be back.
I think he likes her. So I'm pretty sure he was happy about that. But I didn't care. I was never big on Kelly. And
was this Smooth Moves?
Yep, this was Smooth Moves number 2. Kelly. Look,
they just bad, dude.
Oh man, Michelle McCool had some rust up the wazoo.
But at least she did stuff.
Yeah, but she didn't look completely awful.
Smooth
Kelly was. Oh man, she was not good.
Woo!
And then after she comes in and clears the ring somehow,
they join forces.
Despite being awful, she goes up. They decide, hey, we're gonna have a one-on-one between Michelle McCool and Kelly, aka let's just fucking bring some oil in because this shit is rustier than shit. Oh man! Then they try to.
It hurt.
She tried to execute this fucking move, and it was just a total fail. It looked terrible. She's just grasping. There's legs everywhere.
Yeah.
Hands going. It was terrible, man. I couldn't even tell what the hell she was trying to do.
We had to do a little cringe cave retreat.
Yeah. It was not good. And again, I mean, it was great to see her, but that's one of those where you're like, hey, you lasted 1 millisecond too long because, ooh.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
And then
smooth moves.
Yeah, mixing up the two girls that were not.
She seemed to last forever too.
Anyway, Natty comes in and eliminates Michelle McCool in the midst of this frenzied, hands and feet everywhere move that failed. Natty comes in and eliminates Michelle McCool. At this point, Naomi comes out, and after Naomi comes into the ring and kind of does her thing, looking pretty spry and athletic, top notch.
Totally hit that.
Yep. Ruby eliminates Becky, which I was like, oh, what the hell? They actually let Ruby do something. It didn't look good, but they let her do something. So that was good. Then at number 21, we get Jacqueline.
That was weird.
That was weird because she's just like a mom now.
Yeah, she is.
She has the mom look.
Yeah, she is.
And that hairline doubt.
Wasn't great.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say it was great.
She wasn't that bad, though.
But
it was better than Smooth Moves.
She kind of just, A fart in the wind is better than smooth moves. But yeah, Jacqueline just kind of blended into the background for me.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it was nice to see her there. You know, she was one of the first women in the early 2000s that made the idea of a woman wrestler.
Yeah, it wasn't just like a
tangible.
Tit. It wasn't a tit on a freaking pole.
Yeah. You know, she was strong. She was capable as a wrestler. It just so happens that back then women's wrestling wasn't very good most of the time. So it was nice to see her, and it was a good tip of the hat to her. So that was pretty cool. Then we get Nia Jax, which I gotta say, I'm liking Nia Jax a lot nowadays. You know, back in our old videos on the other channel, or, you know, if you're seeing this on $10 Slimer, then this channel, I guess. But the point is, I didn't used to be too keen on Nia Jax. But now I think they're pushing her the right way. She does actually feel like a powerful, unstoppable force, an irresistible force, if you will, because they just got to push those taglines.
Yep.
But, yeah, man, she actually feels... I know you haven't been caught up entirely, but she actually feels legitimately like she's getting there. And on top of that, they were trying to paint her as a potential babyface before the whole Enzo thing happened.
You mean when he got framed?
Yeah, definitely that. We should do a video about Enzo getting framed.
We should.
Been in contact with his lawyers, by the way, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, man, old Nia Jax has kind of been rubbing me the right way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool. And she comes out and, you know, she does her fucking thing in her stanky body sock.
I knew it was coming.
Dude, that body sock, it's gotta
go.
Stink,
yeah.
It's worse. Her body sock is worse than Natty's body sock.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not good body socks.
No.
But Nia proves to be exactly what she's being billed as, unstoppable. She gets rid of Jacqueline right away, which is good because, again, she had just more blended into the background.
Yeah.
But really, we could use Nia when Michelle McCool and fucking Kelly were in the mix because fuck. But speaking of Kelly, that's who she gets rid of next.
Good.
And then, unfortunately, she gets rid of Ruby. But really, it's kind of like when you shoot a dog that's sick.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, they're treating Ruby so bad and they're not letting her shine. So just, she got rid of Becky. Just get her out of the way. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm settling at this point.
Yep.
Please don't ruin Ruby. You've already kind of ruined her by the way you portrayed her. But anyway, whatever. Fucking shit. Then she tries to get rid of Naomi by literally casting her over the rope. And this, again, is great. It makes Nia look like a fucking, you know, somebody to contend with.
Like a body socked.
Like a body socked
behemoth.
Oh, that's good. The body socked behemoth. That's probably not good. But the point is, it looked great for Nia. She casts Naomi out. And all the girls that have either rolled out under the ropes and or been eliminated by her end up catching Naomi and then setting her on the crowd separator
little pole
border thing.
Yeah.
So Naomi's kind of left it, and that was cool, man. That was neat. That was kind of like their own version of Kofi Kingston.
Yep.
But not. Yeah, it didn't feel like a ripoff, so that was good.
No.
Next, we get another surprise entrance. Ember Moon.
Yeah, that was weird.
Who,
cool though.
Yeah, man. Naomi at this point makes her way back into the ring, and we were almost like on the edge of our seats, going, "She's gonna fucking fall off that chair."
First of all, she balances her way to a table,
in
which Maria Menounos is sitting there, and tells her to leave. Then she gets on the chair, kind of like does a little bounce, and then sits on the floor, like scurries on the floor with her feet on the chair. And then gets on the thing. But the whole time we're like, oh man, she's going to mess it up. She's going to break her feet or something. Or she's going to be out. But she didn't.
Yeah,
she made it back in.
She made it to the, and you know, that really speaks to how invested we were in the match. Because it wasn't that we actually thought she was going to fail. It's that we were afraid that she was going to not make it. And then it would mar what they had achieved so far. Which is good. Because we were really, really, really pleased with the way the women were performing at this point.
Despite smooth moves.
Despite Michelle McCool and Kelly being horribly rusty.
Yep.
But even like we said at the beginning, I mean, that's forgivable. They haven't been in the ring for a while, but all that stuff. But I mean, this just goes to attest to how engaging this whole thing was. Anyway, Naomi's back in the ring, and she gets ultimately eliminated by Nia Jax, a la Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, like right away.
So that was cool, though. It all played pretty well, and that was fantastic. At this point, we get Beth Phoenix in the fucking ring, or I should say, as the next entrant. And this was really cool because Beth Phoenix was that woman that barely missed the right moment to be in the WWE. You know, she just by a fucking hair on a nipple. I don't know why it's there, but she just missed it. You know, she just missed the right moment, her time to be as big as she could have been. So, and I gotta say, she performed pretty well. I don't know if she's been active in other promotions or not.
I have no idea.
But she looked just as great as she used to look, and she performed, excellently. So I wouldn't be too surprised if, I mean, unless she protests to it, that if they reached out and said, "Hey, why don't you come on back here?" Because it would be a very welcome return for her. I think the crowd certainly reacted to it. At this point, we get Natty and Beth Phoenix kind of, engaging with each other. Was
this the point where where Natty does a hold and is telling someone to tap, and we're like, I mean, that's not how it works. I don't think it was her.
No,
it was someone else.
But yeah, man. At this point, they after Beth Phoenix does her thing with some of the people, scrubs the floor with some of the people, her and Natty, give each other a little hug, and it seems like old times again. But then, of course, Natty, being Natty, betrays her, launches her out of the ring, which was unfortunate. But,
we gotta mention that she tried to lift Nia Jax, didn't she?
Oh yeah. When Beth Phoenix come in and she's kind of cleaning house a little bit, she doesn't. There's a confrontation between her and Nia, and the crowd is loving it. The sheer idea of these two, the fucking glamours on herself and this
body sock behemoth,
the body sock behemoth facing each other. And I gotta admit, I was there too. I was like, man, that's cool, man. This would be a match that I would love to see. And she did try to lift Nia Jax, and they sold that incredibly well. The idea of Nia, it was kind of like a put over moment, almost. So that was pretty neat. But yeah, eventually she does end up getting eliminated by Natty, which again, serves Natty's character at the time, and and it left us wanting more of Beth. So if she ever decides to come back, I'm sure she'll be welcome with open arms. But in the meantime, our arms were open because we were waiting for Yo Gal. Asuka.
Yep.
Asuka comes in.
I was like, "El ritmo que traigo es azúcar."
For those of you who don't know, he's a retard. But anyway, the point is, Asuka comes in and she starts doing her thing, cleaning a little house. But really, this all boils up to her confronting Ember Moon. The matchup we really never truly got, like in full, in NXT.
Injuries and shit.
And their little exchange was pretty fucking awesome, man. I gotta say. And I don't think there's anybody that didn't think that wasn't cool. Anything you got to add to that?
It was pretty good.
Okay, that's cool.
My ding was happy.
Well, everybody's ding was happy, but that's kind of Corey Gravian.
Yep.
Anyway, at this point, my girl, Mickie James, comes out. And, she's one of the old school divas that still got it. And she comes in and she still got it. So that was awesome. Next came up Nikki. And we get a Cena chant. So that's good. At this point, Carmella, gives a pretty nice little headbutt. And I'm trying to read my notes here, and I can't read it.
So that's good.
What the fuck is this shit? Oh, yeah. Carmella gives this kind of headbutt type of thing, but then she ends up eliminating herself somehow. And it wasn't supposed to be she eliminated herself. It's just kind of the way it happened.
Yeah.
We got to see that on replay because I don't know what the fuck happened. She was attacking Nikki, and there was this headbutt, and all of a sudden she's just there, and then she just kind of fell off.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? So I don't know what the fuck that was.
That's weird.
I'm hoping it was a botch because otherwise you just completely miscommunicated.
Yeah.
What was up with that?
There's definitely going to be a couple of moves in this match in the next episode of Botch Mania, I do want to say.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Especially the part where
Michelle McCool and
Sasha Banks was kicking Lita,
God, man.
but it was like this much.
Shit, that's right. Anyways, god damn it. Brie Bella was number 28, and her and Nikki understandably team up
Yeah.
and start cleaning house of their own.
Yeah.
Number 29 was Bailey,
The flip.
so I'm sure the Guardian was happy.
No, because he hates her now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. At this point, fucking Mickey James and Trish. That's right, Trish, because number 30 was Trish. Fucking Stratus, the legend. Now everybody was expecting Ronda Rousey to be one of the 30 women. I gotta admit, by this point, I had forgotten Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
I was like really invested in what was going on here.
I was expecting Moolah.
They were gonna catapult her corpse into the ring.
Yep.
But yeah, and she was just gonna go over the rope, so she would be eliminated immediately.
No, she falls in, and somehow her shockwave throws everybody out, so she wins.
Moolah won. That's the end results, and game over. No, yeah, Trish is number 30, man, and this was, I think, kind of unexpected. You know, despite how many people we had return, Trish returning is still kind of one of those things where it's like, wow. I mean, it's her value in the history of women's wrestling, her stock, I should say, is so high that this almost seems like a step down for her. But she come in and she hold her ground for a pretty long time, and she was looking pretty good, man.
Suck donkeys like smooth moves.
Yeah, man. And anyway, everybody, it's kind of a free-for-all now as our final entrants are in the mix. Then we get a Mickey and Trish, you know, one-on-one once all people are kind of on the ground, which is cool. You know, if you were familiar with that storyline, well, then you were probably a little pervy because the storyline was actually kind of creepy.
Yep.
But
Graves was into it, clearly.
He did say something about that, huh?
He modeled his entire life
fucking shit.
behind it.
Anyway, Trish ends up eliminating Mickey, and that's actually cool, man. You know, I love Mickey, and I think she's doing a second great run, or I should say a great return run. But this was good. This was not only a callback to something else, but it gave Trish a good start, and she was already looking good to begin with. So, fantastic. At this point, everybody that's left in the ring turns against Nia, rightfully so, because Nia is being portrayed incredibly well, and they actually managed to eliminate her. But again, it's kind of like that Braun thing. They paint her as what she's supposed to be. Very powerful.
And everybody had to do it.
Yeah, and everybody had to do it.
And the body sock lives on.
Then, you had to mention the body sock. Then, we get the moment that everybody has been kind of waiting for, and they've almost pulled the trigger on it, but not. And it's still questionable whether this is actual trigger pull. But it seems like this might be finally the trigger pull on it, and that's turning Sasha heel. I hope, it seems that way, that this is it. But, you know, they've teased us with it before, and they've pulled back, and they've not done it. And I understand they're probably making tons of money off of the friendship. But I hope this is it, because if it is, it could lead to Bayley coming back the way she should be, because the matches between them would be great again. But anyway, long story short, after everybody eliminates Nia, Sasha turns on Bayley and
throws her out.
And basically says,
"I'm the boss."
Yeah, that's why I'm the boss. And then she goes into like full bitch mode after that, by the way.
Does.
But in the meantime, Trish gets rid of Natty again. Another good choice for elimination. That's something you want to see. There's some old school hags duking it out.
God damn it!
I mean, they're not hags, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway, our final four because of that end up being Sasha, Asuka, and the Bellas. And at this point, that old fear crept back in me because the Cena Roman Reigns thing kind of came to mind, and I'm like, oh man, they might just be giving it to the Bellas here. Because we all know that everybody wanted Asuka to win. And but at the same time, Sasha winning wouldn't be that bad a thing. In fact, considering what had happened and how bitchy she was acting,
it would have been interesting.
That would have been interesting. So I would have been okay with that too. But anyway, Sasha's healing up the place like a madman, commanding the Bellas to do her dirty work even. For some reason, they do it. I don't understand that, but whatever. And yeah, man, the Bellas actually end up eliminating Sasha. They fucking turn on her.
The heel turn on the heel.
So that was cool. But at the same time, again, what are the chances?
Oh man,
what are the chances of us getting Vince going? You know what? These two people that normally in the past in WWE would have had no chance of being cool, in my eyes, are gonna be the winners of the Royal Rumble.
Now, he did use more colorful words, but...
Yeah, they weren't nice words that he
Nope.
was using. But it just seemed a slim chance that we would get a repeat. But then again, this was a history-making moment. But then again, there was that history-making moment that James Ellsworth won.
Yeah.
So anything could happen. And yeah, man, I wouldn't say it was tense.
No,
per se.
it wasn't a repeat of the first one.
But it was kind of like that doubt did creep into my mind. And ultimately, Nikki ended up turning against Brie, which, again, that's pretty cool. If, Nikki decides to come back. I doubt Brie's coming back. But I got to say, Brie was looking pretty good, pretty spry. And
licked her butt.
And yes, definitely would lick her butt. And it was just fun to see her go into Brie mode again. That was cool. But
although they did kill it with the commentary.
Oh my God, yes, man. Oh, shit. Fucking Steph, dude.
That was horrid.
Anyway, fucking shit. So it came down to fucking Asuka versus Nikki. And here's where it kind of got a little tense because their battle spilled out onto the apron.
Yeah.
So you were like, mistakes could happen.
Yeah, it wasn't like who are they going to give it to? It was who's going to fall.
Yeah, really.
And mess it up or something.
Not to say anything against their skills. It's just that's a precarious spot to be in, and shit could happen. Unfortunately, this is the one time the event actually kind of disappointed me. And this is not really the fault of either of them. It was just a missed spot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can't get everything right. And I'm sure it had something to do with them trying to keep themselves on the apron. Yeah. Because Asuka basically throws a kick out to Nikki's knees.
And it doesn't hit her at all.
It really fucking misses. And they even replay it from a different angle. And you're still like, that didn't hit her, man. Mm-hmm. And that leads to Nikki spilling out off the apron and onto the floor. And Asuka wins. Deservedly so. It was just kind of a very lackluster ending to it. Because it didn't, pay off. And even if it had paid off, it should have been a little bit more spectacular than just that.
Yeah.
Now, they would have played up the idea of them being precariously placed on this apron a little more than that. Yeah, it would have paid off.
Well,
but again,
that baby missed.
It didn't make any contact. So anyway.
On the plus side, Asuka won.
Yeah, Asuka did win. And I think, once again, the entire WWE universe was like, what the fuck? This actually happened?
Mm-hmm.
And we were very happy. I know you were. And that's cool. Now we were going to get, our actual champions, Charlotte and Alexa, were ringside this whole time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they should have been the ones talking instead of Steph, but whatever.
No shit.
They come into the ring on either side of Asuka. Color theme, no less, as you noted.
Yeah.
And, of course, the idea being implied that, the choice is there and they're there for the eventual face-off, right? And then Joan Jett's reputation hits, and I'm like, what's going on? Literally.
For a very long time.
The fuck's going on? Yeah, and then they cut to the Titantron, and
nothing.
The Ronda Rousey's emblem is on the thing.
But then they cut away.
What? Yep. And it takes her like 10 million years to come out.
That was weird.
So by the time trilobites evolutionized into human beings, she finally comes out. I gotta say, though, looking pretty good.
Yeah.
I always had a soft spot for Ronda. She's got a killer smile, and she's pretty cool. And, of course, she was an ass kicker for real. So that's a lot of fucking stock.
Yep.
But Ronda comes out.
Has a big-ass jacket.
Yeah, looking like Rowdy Roddy Piper, which is cool. And, yes, her humongous jacket.
It's immense.
She comes into the ring, points at that WrestleMania sign, implying that she's now in the mix. And things could go one way or the other. She's going to be part of the big picture. And I can't think of a better way to put Ronda in the picture. If you didn't put her in the Royal Rumble, that's the way to do it, because now she's got mystique. Now people want it more. The question is, have her skills come up to par? Yeah. And we'll see that eventually. But I hope so, because...
Yeah, when she reaches out to Asuka, Asuka goes, hell no. And she does that again. And then she leaves. And then I go, man, I hope she can wrestle.
Yep. That's really where we're at right now.
Woo!
So they've really set up something pretty fucking awesome here.
Yeah.
And knowing WWE, they're just going to drop the ball on that again.
Oh, yeah, big time.
But this was great. For all the fucking bitching and moaning people did about Raw 25, which I get. I actually enjoyed it. because I didn't expect anything from Raw.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I didn't expect jack shit but disappointment from them. So I enjoyed it, you know. But had I been expecting something from Raw 25, I definitely would have been the people that was like, the fuck was that? Mini matches and a bunch of the fucking card table shenanigans. The flip. Although we did get to see Ron Simmons say damn, which made it worth it for me the whole time. But anyway, yeah, man, this made up for the disappointment of Raw 25 in spades, I think. Fucking badass. Very pleased. Very pleased. Easily the best event I've seen in a long time, with the exception of NXT's events, which are always awesome.
Oh, man.
So,
gonna watch that one soon.
Yep.
But yeah, I agree. One of the best ones.
Let's give this
I would say the best main roster one.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Time.
Absolutely. They've definitely built everything up just right. They made shit that people hated, maybe with the exception of Jason Jordan, pay off.
Yeah.
And they laid the seeds.
And even like the kind of not so great matches weren't bad.
Yeah, they were entertaining. Very entertaining.
Right, whatever.
Again, with the exception of that
Jason Jordan
match.
Looking like a complete wiener.
I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, great event, man.
Mm-hmm.
Very good event. I know you've been away from wrestling for a bit. This was one hell of a way to come back. Awesome. I can't wait to see what they got in store for us and how they'll ruin it.
Yeah,
because they probably will. And of course, you just know Roman Reigns is going to creep back into this whole thing. So there's that. But WrestleMania is on the way in April. In the meantime, join us as we talk about, discuss, chit-chat about other events and ongoings in the world of WWE. I may have. That's the Goon Tick. But before we sign out, give us a final rating on a scale of 1 to 10.
In the wrestling scale,
Mm-hmm.
I'll give this one a 10.
Gotta agree with you.
Now, there was a lot of botches on that final match, but none of them took away from the coolness.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a 10.
Yeah, quite the achievement. I'll give it a 10 too. Again, none of the lesser matches or anything in the Rumble that was not, particularly up to snuff took anything away from the enjoyment of the whole thing. And then even if everything else sucked, the Men's Royal Rumble, I'm not trying to, put down the Women's Royal Rumble, but what happened in the Men's Royal Rumble was so, again, it just cast this big shadow. It was so awesome that everything else could have literally sucked dick.
Yeah.
And it would have been okay. I would have been fine with it. But thankfully, the women were done right. They showed everybody, they showed the world that they are just, as amazing as the men can be at this sport and, or I guess sport entertainment. But yeah, man, very pleased with this. Can't wait to see what's coming up. Hit like, share, subscribe, notifications, because we're out of here.